What is social engineering? Social engineering is the use of psychological pressure to influence people to perform actions or divulge confidential information. Rather than software or hardware vulnerabilities, social engineering exploits human nature. Let's go over some examples. First, we have pretexting. This is basically lying. This occurs when an individual lies to gain access to privileged data. Something for something. They basically request personal information in exchange for something else. Identity fraud. They pretend to be someone else and they use that identity to obtain goods or services by deception, such as credit cards under someone else's name. Now, there's various tactics that these people use in order to pull off a social engineering attack. The first being authority. They use their authority, or they lie to you that they're an authoritative figure, and they'll steal your data because you'll believe them. Next, you have intimidation. Basically, they try to scare you into doing what they want. Consensus. They're going to lie to you saying, everyone's doing this, so you should do it too. And you're going to be afraid of missing out, or you're going to be afraid of going against the majority. And they're going to use that to steal your personal info. Scarcity. They're going to tell you, oh, these gold bars are rare. You should buy them before they run out. Give us your personal info so that we can sell them to you. Urgency, which ties into the same thing. They're going to tell you that, oh, it's going to run out soon, and now you're going to be acting quick to maybe buy this gold bar. And when you act quick, you're not really thinking on what you're doing, and you might accidentally give away your personal info. Familiarity. They're going to pretend to be someone you can trust. And when your guard is down, they're going to ask for your personal information, and you might just accidentally give it away. Almost all of these tactics rely on trust, with the exception of a few. So, the second you trust your attacker, that's when they'll strike, and that's when they're going to take your info, or do whatever they want. Here's a few more examples of attacks. Shoulder surfing. They'll look over your shoulder, and they'll try to see the passwords you're typing, and it might just be someone you trust, like a coworker. And then one day your information will be stolen, and you won't know who did it. Dumpster diving. They search through discarded data, such as thrown away USBs from the trash, and they'll take the info from there and possibly use it to do a cyber attack. Or they might just need the info, that's all they needed. Information should be properly discarded. Piggybacking. Maybe the person needs to get into a secure area. The way they might do this is that they could just follow someone who's going in front of them who actually has access. This is also known as tailgating. You never know who might be behind you, so watch your back. There's a few other types of attacks that attackers may use. One of these is an invoice scam. They send a fake invoice with the goal of receiving money, and the victim might actually type their credentials in and fall for it. These invoice scams also make use of maybe authority or intimidation to make them more likely to fall for the attack. A watering hole attack. This is where the attacker observes or maybe guesses what websites an organization uses and infects them with malware. The reason they do this is because they can't hack the organization directly. So when the organization uses the website eventually, the malware will spread onto them. We also have another type of attack called typosquatting. Sometimes when you type in google.com, you accidentally miss an O or one letter is off. Sometimes attackers will buy these domains so that you accidentally go onto their website, and they'll make it look exactly like the website you were trying to go to. So you'll log into that website, but it turns out you just gave them your username and password. Prepending. A type of malicious attack that makes it look like a malicious email was sent from inside your own organization. This makes you more trustworthy, and you might just fall for whatever the email tells you to do. And last but not least, influence campaigns. They're basically campaigns which spread fake news or hoaxes, so that people may eventually fall for the fake information that's in them. Attackers can use hoaxes to convince people to do things they wouldn't normally do. I told you what these attacks do, but how do you defend against them? Well, I'm glad you asked. Never share confidential information online or with unknown or unverified individuals. Avoid clicking on suspicious or unsolicited emails. Chances are they're infected with malware, or they're going to fool you. Be cautious of automatic downloads. only download from trusted sources. Employees should be educated to defend against such attacks. And never let urgency, pressure, or intimidation from unknown individuals influence your decisions. They can't do anything to you unless you let them.